In the spring of 2019, the Cumberland Valley School District embarked on a journey to shift our reading instruction from balanced literacy to structured literacy practices. We firmly believe that structured literacy is not just another educational trend, but a methodology grounded in decades of research and understanding of how the human brain learns to read. A team of stakeholders created our shared vision statement that by utilizing evidence-aligned, equitable instruction, all students will become skilled readers.
Over time, a shared leadership team worked diligently to equip our teachers with knowledge, tools, and strategies to target the needs of every student. Once teachers became armed with the knowledge of effective structured literacy practices grounded in the science of reading, they craved high-quality instructional materials. While there are various programs available, the Cumberland Valley School District adopted a consistent core reading and literacy program entitled Amplify CKLA to provide a consistent and equitable core learning experience for all students.
When making such a shift, we emphasize the importance of passionate, grassroots advocates, a shared knowledge, and a commitment to equitable access in making this change.
Throughout this journey, we experienced many highs and lows, moments of uncertainty, and various celebrations along the way. Our teachers are the heroes that truly made this vision come to life. Let's celebrate our success by hearing from them.
I think the biggest benefit of switching to structured literacy has been that teachers are teaching the concepts and skills of reading and writing in a more explicit and logical order. And then through this explicit teaching, students are able to break that alphabetic code, which helps them break down the words and become better readers in writing.
I would say 100% student engagement. Since we had made that shift, every kid is reading the same text.
I think the biggest benefit is that there is a systematic approach. There's explicit instruction that we have for our kiddos that really helps to level the playing field. We have kids coming in with all sorts of diverse backgrounds, and it really helps to hone in on where they are and start where they need it and then help them grow as much as possible.
I think just the variety of topics that we cover in reading, it's not just, it's time for reading class, it's they're learning about science and social studies still within our reading program at the same time.
Our instructional coach at our building was such a big help. She answered questions, she offered to do example lessons for us.
I would say the professional development we had leading up to our implementation of CKLA was the best professional development that I've ever had in all of my years of teaching.
We had a lot of CKLA trainers come, they would walk through lessons with us. So by the time that it was our turn to teach that first year, we felt really prepared.
The materials they have are wonderful. The website, you can project for the students and they can access it at home. So I felt very prepared, not only my pilot year, but in the first year rolling it out at CV as well.
Well, I think my favorite part of it is the app that offers the children and affords them the opportunity to go back into the Amplify through their Clever and listen to and even listen to the audio or reread the stories, as well as play vocabulary games and activities.
More formalized handwriting process. In kindergarten, that's huge. We come in, kiddos come in with not knowing how to hold a pencil or not being able to, really form a letter. And we start with just writing strokes at the beginning. We do all sorts of different strokes with vertical lines, horizontal lines. They do spirals, and then they transfer that into their letter writing.
Our Unit 3 is poetry unit, and they have these little journals where they can just it's like their own little treasure, honestly. They get this on day one and they're so excited. There's pages in the back where they can just kind of free write and they just kind of take it and they want to take it home and not bring it back.
The first year we taught CKLA, from the beginning of the year to the end, the growth that every student made was the biggest growth I've seen since I started teaching.
So they're not afraid to tackle challenging words just because it's long or just because it's something they haven't seen before. They're more confident.
Every unit and every lesson teaches the students new vocabulary words, and they're starting to use them throughout their everyday. Or they go home and their parents are like, my student just used this word and I've never heard them use that before.
It's a lot of materials, it's a lot of just learning. If you haven't done the structured literacy, it's a lot of learning. You have to get the why, and CV did an amazing job giving us the why. Why are we making this shift?
I always tell people, rely on your coaches, rely on your colleagues to go through and talk about some of the information and questions you have.
take your time. It is completely different from what we've been doing for the last 10, 15 years in education, and it's overwhelming. It may feel different, it may feel sloppy and hard at first, but trust the process, take your time, and it's going to be wonderful.
Couple words, trust the process.
I think this is going to start us in the right direction. It's going to give all students an equal opportunity to be set up for success.
They're my kids, and I want them all to succeed, and I want them to have what's best. And structured literacy and the science of reading is what's best for our students.
It does take, because of the spiraled nature of the curriculum, a little while to see some of those gains, but we're in implementation year 2, and I'm already seeing the benefits.
The more our kiddos are involved in this, the better it will be.
I feel like I've been teaching the best that I ever have after my 8 years. This year, I just feel like it's just amazing. It's so holistic. I feel like I love that the components of skills and knowledge, they both intertwine with each other and they're so meaningful.
I have seen, now that we're in the second year, we're in our Middle Ages unit, and they have come in and excited because they're like, oh, I remember in 3rd grade we talked about the Roman Empire. So everything starts to connect, and it's really cool to see.
Instead of having separate skills and knowledge, it's all together for our students, which is really cool to see the combination of all of it that they've learned in elementary school.
Our students are learning so much more in different concepts than they ever have before. They're becoming better readers and writers, and that's really our goal as a district, is just to make sure that all our students are successful in the future.